Praise the Lord of might and extol the everlasting King.
Right? So he's saying, invest in him. Invest in Yahweh's gold, man. And he's going to remember you.
Yep, going back to the parable of the talents.
Remember him.
Invest your talent.
He'll remember you.
In the land of my captivity do I praise him, and declare his might and majesty to a sinful nation. O ye sinners, turn and do justice before him.
And I ain't talking about the wicked heathen. It's the sinners of the Israelite nation, the ones that can't get right. We're all going to be found sick when Yahweh Shai comes back. In fact, you got to be sick to be saved. The one that is all whole, he ain't going to be delivered. He don't need a savior.
That's why I said confess the Most High before the land of my captivity, not before the land of my freedom. It's good, you know. It's an easy thing to thank somebody for something that you already have, but to thank him before you have it, you know, that's something that Israel just couldn't get. Even when they got brought out of Egypt, complaining, wanting to go back, because at least in captivity they were getting watermelons and fresh water.
That's how our people are going to be at this time.
Yep.
That's why they're going to take that fucking chip. Remember? Going to Burger King?
Yeah, a lot of you niggas, man. That's why a lot of you guys, when you walk by, oh shit, I don't want to hear nothing bad now. This is my Sunday.
I don't want this place to go down.
Years, because you're living in your slumber. And just like the brother was saying earlier, for you people that are like that, man, it's going to be a real rude awakening when stuff starts popping off. You're going to get some real extreme PTSD. Talking about running around not knowing your left from your right. All right, because we think about that. We're constantly thinking about judgment. We're constantly thinking about the wrath of the Most High.
Yeah, especially the self-exhorted. Like these heathens that take up these Bibles in these Christian churches.
Oh yeah.
You're going to be cast down very strong.
You know, they really don't believe anything bad is coming their way. Matter of fact, when something bad happens, y'all pray about it. Oh, I don't know why this happened, but God is strong. The Most High is the one that did that to you.
To be deceived.
Can I finish this real quick? Because this is the main point. Who can tell if he will accept you and have mercy on you?
And the only one is actually Yahweh Shai. Because he's the one that come collect you.
Yep.
You know?
But the point of that was you're still supposed to do the work.
But where do we find Yahweh Shai? In the Spirit.
In the Spirit.
And Romans, what is it? Romans 8:1. Go ahead, brother, get your precept.
This is out of
Yeah, go ahead.
This is out of the book Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not.
And that's another way of remember is keep. It says keep my commandments. It's telling you to remember them.
Nor the years, nor the years draw near, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. I'm going to jump down to verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
And that's showing the separation between the sheep and the goats. You know, you'll have goats mixed in with sheep, but that chip is what's going to separate them. That martial law is what's going to separate them. Jacob's trouble.
You're going to end up seeing who's real or not.
Yeah, you're going to have the 2/3 separated. You're going to have the tares. Because you got to remember, they've been having tares since fucking Greece.
Oh, yeah.
Egypt, you know?
Yeah, go look at Cornelius.
Assyria.
Yeah. On both sides, you know? That's why the confusion of face.
Even going all the way back to the time of Moses, before they even came into the land. Remember that one? There was the one dispute, but there was a man whose mother was an Egyptian. Remember? And they stoned his ass because he stirred up a big old strife, on his mom's side. But that was confusion of face.
Yeah. And it was the other way around where you had an Israelite woman that had a heathen husband. That's why Herod the Jew. He wasn't a Jew. He just looked like a Jew.
It's something I really noticed with with having children and things. As children, they really take on a heavy portion of the DNA from the mother. You know, I've noticed that. You know that if the mother's a different nationality, that the kid looks just like that nationality. They might look a little bit different, but for the most part, they take on most of the mother's traits.
Well, if you take an apple,
but the spirit You could tell the spirit reflects the Father's spirit.
Yeah.
Because if you take an apple and I plant it in America and plant it in the same soil, I'm going to get the same apple. But if I take that same apple and take it over to Japan, eventually it's going to adapt to that soil that's in Japan.
Even if they modified the DNA of the seed, right? They still can't change it from a fucking orange.
It's still an
You know,
orange.
from an apple to an orange. You
But it's
can
gonna
get
take on certain
fucking granny
characteristics.
apples, red apples, green apples.
But it's still an apple.
It's an apple. That's the same thing as this in the spirit from the men. I don't care if you have children with an Egyptian, Edomite, whatever
seed
the
still
fuck it
Israel.
is. Israel, but it's a curse that our children have that confusion upon them.
Con.
Because then you can't find your way back. Who am I? I don't know who I am. Am I a white man? Am
I
I,
look like them,
yeah,
but
am
they're
I
totally
African? Am I, Mexican? Oh, some Mexicans even think they're Spaniards.
Oh yeah, a lot of them.
Portuguese.
Yo.
I heard Jake say they're Portuguese.
Oh yeah, the Brazilians.
Yeah. Gad, a lot of Gad thinks they're Edomites, you know?
Yo.
They want to be Edomites.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You know, when at the end of the day, all you individuals who are wanting to be Edomites now watching Esau get burnt up in this goddamn sun.
And that's why this heat wave is actually real spiritual. It's showing you that it's getting hotter out here. They said our record's been broke this
Oh
year.
man, I got sunburnt the other day.
Yeah.
It's the spirit too, because all these Edomites are calling the cops on these Jakes, because the Jakes are having fun in the sun, while Esau can't go in the sun for more than 30 minutes now. That's why they're calling. It's that hatred.
Grab a Psalm
They're
71.
saying, you have what we want. Truly, it's the blessing, but it's going to show forth through the carnality of it. You got some melanin. They're cursed to the skin. You got the kingdom. They're cursed to be destroyed. That's why Esau hates you.
They start to look like dried up leather bags.
That's the jealousy. Envy is too of 2/3 of our people. They're made to be destroyed, and they really know it. They really know they don't give a fuck. You know, that's why when thunderstorms come and floods and shit, they get all fucking.
Oh,
They start praying to Jesus.
Lord Jesus.
I gotta start going to church.
Psalm 71.
Because they hear it.
Yeah. Psalm 71.
A loud ass
Hold on,
crack.
here, hold on.
This is the wisdom of Solomon, if you want to break this down. Talking about what you know, 2/3 know that they're going to be destroyed, but they don't care. Wisdom of Solomon 2:1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious. And in death of a man there is no remedy, neither was there any man known to have returned from the
There
grave.
is no remedy. Meaning the Lord fucks you up. There's no remedy to that's evident every day. There's people fucking rotting with cancer. Fucking one guy got bark growing out of his fucking arms. There's no remedy for the Lord's curses that He'll put on you. For Israel, you run to Antarctica, even bleach your skin, you still can't escape those curses. There's no remedy for the judgment of Yahweh. The only remedy there is that you was chosen to be delivered under Yahweh Shai. You were born in, and that means He chose it anyways for you. Go ahead,
It says, for we are born at all adventure.
Right, which is adventure is dangerous. Shit, when you was in your mother's womb, it was a danger for you to be in there. When you were being born, it was fucking life and death on that table. You know? And then from then till now, you face nothing but tribulation your whole fucking life. Go ahead,
And we shall be hereafter as though we had never been.
Meaning, we're gonna be made new. This earth is gonna be made new like no one ever even existed in it before. You know?
For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart.
A little spark. And that's what this time that we're in, this is just a spark into the time of eternity. You gotta remember that. We're going for eternity here. We ain't fucking worried about these little sorry fucking whatever life we have. 30, 40, 50, maybe some get 80.
Shoot, that ain't nothing.
Nothing compared to what we have coming. That's why we want to use this just to spark it. That's what's going to be so beautiful. It says that in, I'll have to get it, but go ahead, brother. In the Apocrypha, it says that you're nothing but a mortal man. Who are you to rise up and go against such a powerful man as Esau right now?
Oh, second Ezra.
Yeah, second Ezra. There you go. We'll jump on that. Go ahead, brother.
Which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as a trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist. that is driven away with the beams of the sun and overcome with the heat thereof.
See, that's a beautiful thing to remember too for you men that are going through this truth and going through tribulation. All the shit we fucking suffer on this side, it's gonna be wiped clean. The 2/3 are gonna have shame, but the elect, if you're doing this work, the 1/3 that are of the elect are of, they're gonna be, their past is not gonna be remembered. If anything, it's gonna be glorified. Hey, you got through that to get here, man. You're a brave man.
I think he's
I couldn't have done it.
It's like when they look at married couples that been together for fucking 70 years or 80 years. How'd you do it? Or someone that lived 100. How'd you do it?
Yeah, you see people
What's
write
the
books on that.
secret? They don't know the fucking turmoil they went through.
Your memory is dead.
Okay, go ahead. That's all I got then. Go ahead.
Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
Youth. In your youth. And that's the thing, that's really where it's at, because that's what's going to be the divider. Some men were in their youth already designed to be destroyed. Even when they come up to this truth, their youth as already like a boxing match. You don't win it. You don't win world champion at the beginning. You build up to being a champion. That's like this truth. The elect men have been built up to survive this, just like the 2/3 have been built up to be destroyed. The heathens. What happened to Egypt? It was built up to a great nation to be destroyed. America's been built up. The 2/3 are being built up in ignorance to be destroyed.
In glory.
And with no mercy.
Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us.
Break it down, brother. I'm gonna change out that.
And this is the inward thoughts of the world. This is what these niggas think, and you know, a lot of people, you bring up the subject death, and it terrifies them. They don't know what to think, especially these atheists, man. These atheists, they don't know what to think. They don't know if they're just gonna be gone forever, and that's what they were saying on here, that they're just gonna be gone forever. So what do? Their inward thought is fuck it, YOLO.
And that's honestly a plague on the mind, to not know that once you die, your spirit
Oh,
returns
it
to
is.
the Father.
It is, because even a lot of people that claim to believe in the Most High, man, you'll ask them too, and I don't like to think about death.
But it tells you both good and evil return to the spirit world, where they both rest. They all rest.
Yep.
So if you were truly a true believer of the scriptures, you
But they're
so-called Christians,
They're not.
you would understand that death is
They're-
just a transition.
What they are is they're a believer in emotions.
Or
Right.
I'm a believer in Pastor Bacon.
They tug on your emotional strings, and that's what you believe.
Oh yeah, in churches they have tissue boxes right next to the Bible because they're gonna be playing your heartstrings.
Yeah.
And that's why people have favorite churches. Like, oh, this one makes me feel some type of way. Or when I go and he just preaches it and I just
Yeah, that's
grabs
why you
my
got so
heart.
many fucking flavors of churches.
Come on.
You go right here in what is it, Broomfield? For a block, they got at least 10 churches right there, and they're the size of fucking mansions.
And they're all filled on Sunday.
Yeah.
Filled.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's a taste. This one is your Pentecostal, dance, get jiggy with it. You know, this one's your Baptist, they might got some food at the end of it.
This one's your Catholic. You just sit and sing hymns.
It's the cool one, because those are the Italians, remember?
But that's the flavor.
That's the flavor of it. Hey, you want chicken today or you want hamburger? You know?
Yeah, even my dad, you know, born and raised Catholic, you know, brought us up Catholic, baptized before we could speak, all that bullshit. You know, he being in them churches, I remember him telling me that when he went in there, went into one of those churches for some sort of thing they were doing, he was telling me everybody was in there crying and sobbing, weeping, and he was telling me, he's like, I don't know what they were crying about. He's like, I wasn't crying. You know, and it just shows you know, they just like the brother said, they put the tissues next to the Bible in the churches, tugging on those heartstrings.
But they didn't feed you no
You know,
scripts.
yeah, if a man is straight up, even if you're carnal, but you think with your head and not your heart, you'll see past that shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
We ain't recorded.
It was on 20%.
oh, mine.
Yeah. I thought it was on the brothers from.
Let us fill ourselves with costly. Oh, Salaki, let me jump forward. Let us crown ourselves with the rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part without their part in this world. That's how they see it. They see this thing as let's do the most. We're only here once. Let's do everything we can.
Wickedness off the bat.
Yep. It says, without his part of voluptuousness. What's that? I don't know what that word means, brother.
Lust.
Yeah, like a curvy woman.
Con. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. And that's what the world teaches you. The world teaches you that this is your lot. Being right here in America today is your lot, so make the most of it. But you know that you need to look at the further picture, look further ahead, and realize that there's more to this life. I mean, there's one duty of man, and the brother got that earlier. The one duty of man is to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
God.
What about all those immigrants that want to come over here and thinking this is the greatest country?
That's the deception.
That's this car.
Even this truth is a deception like that. Hey, you want to be an Israelite? A lot of people are deceived by the Israelite. Oh, I want to be an Israelite. You know?
It sounds good. It's sweet once you take it in, but then once they let it digest that bitter, most people can't handle it. And what do? A lot of them regurgitate it. They throw it back up, and then they reject it.
Right.
And it was worse for them to even to take it in, rather than they should have just left it alone.
It would have been better they weren't even born.
Con.
But it's going to be good when they do die, because then they're going to be valued. Brother, you holding something?
No.
Hey, will you hold 2nd Ezra 7?
Psalm 71, verse 1. In thee, O power, do I put my trust. Let me never be put to confusion. Psalms.
Read that one more time, please.
Psalm 71. In thee, O power, do I put my trust. Let me never be put to confusion.
Right. And that's what we're hoping. That's our prayer right there. That's the prayer of an elect man. We put our trust in Yahweh. Do not let us come to confusion. Don't let us be confused with this world. Do not let us be confused with the 2/3. Do not let your name be confused with the demon. Right?
Psalm 71, verse 2. Deliver me in thy righteousness and cause me to escape.
Which is Yahushai.
Incline thy ear unto me and save me.
And save me. That's the whole thing we're praying out here. Save me, Lord. I'm doing everything I can. I'm doing everything I can on this side. Save me. Have mercy on me. Why? Because you really believe in his mercy. Right?
Psalm 71, verse 3. Be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort.
And what does a habitation mean? Your dwelling, your house. What is a house made for? Hail, wind, so you can sleep at peace. You don't have to worry about animals or another person getting you. Yahushai is that. He's going to be our dwelling, our safety in that time of martial law, our refuge. Yeah. He's going to protect us in that Jacob's trouble. That's what's going to happen. We're going to eat because he's going to feed us. Right?
Thou hast given commandments to save me, for thou art my rock and my fortress.
You hear that? Thou, meaning Yahweh, has given commandments to save his elect. Saul wasn't saying this. This is Psalm 71. I believe it was David. This is Psalms of David. It should say in verse 1. Read verse 1.
It says, in thee, O power, do I put my trust. Let me never be put to confusion.
Yeah, I believe it was the Psalm of David.
Psalm of David, yeah. It says on the Bible, on the paper. Yeah. So that's showing David's an elect man. King David was an elect man. This is a prayer of an elect.
It's the tender mercies of David.
Yeah. I put my trust in you, Lord. Don't let me be destroyed, because then your enemies will scoff at you. It's not because King David wanted the wealth and all the bitches. No, he wanted the Most High's name to be declared. Why was he angry about fucking Goliath opening his fat fucking mouth? You know, who the fuck are you to speak on the Most High? That's what the elect is. That's how they are. They're going to get offended, not because they're rejected, but because the
Jealous
Lord.
for the Most High.
Yeah. It's just like a down-ass wife. Your wife is sitting there and someone's talking shit about, even if it's her own family, she's gonna say, hey,
What the fuck, yo?
yeah. That's the same thing with the elect. The elect ain't gonna let that shit fly. They're gonna cut you out of their life. Go back to where you are.
Psalm 71, verse 4. Deliver me, O my power, out of the hands of the wicked.
Which is martial law. He's gonna deliver us. And it's gonna be an amazing way he's gonna deliver us. Through martial law, but then also through those chariots when he comes to deliver us, what people call so-called UFOs. And it ain't little fucking gray men on there fucking probing men's asses. That's out of order.
We're just a cloud.
Yeah. Right?
Out of the hands.
Like Monkey King, he rides the cloud.
Shoot, Nazariah was from
Yeah.
Monkey King right now.
Out of the hand of the righteous
God,
and cruel man.
puffed up.
Cruel man. But this is cruelty. The RFID chip, this is a cruel thing to do to somebody.
And righteous.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Psalm 71, verse 5. For thou art my hope, O Lord power. Thou art my trust from my youth.
So it's not the gun, it's Yahweh. Through his son, Yahweh Shai. There's order in this. And that order is what rules this whole world. So who could be against us when he's for us? His son's for us. That's why there ain't gonna be no fear of this fucking wicked thing. We want it to come. We want Jacob's trouble to come. Not because we're Rambos, not because we're in the fucking gym lifting 300-400 pounds, doing fucking taekwondo kicks.
Sis.
You know, kicking 6 guys with 1 roundhouse.
Jackie Chan.
Yeah, nah. It's because we have faith and hope in the truth of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
That's right.
You go ahead and if you want to hold that, Spirit might bring us back there. Go ahead, brother.
Is that chapter 7 out of 2nd Ezra, right?
Connect.
1?
Yeah.
This is out of 2nd Ezra 7:1. And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights afar.
And we all got angels that deal with us. That's like we got into the Holy Spirit is the angels ministering to the elect.
Right, that's why you have the 7 spirits. So I was using those spirits to minister to those 7 churches.
Yeah,
That's
there's
the book of
something
Revelation.
Revelations, yeah, revelations. You get revelations through to the Holy Spirit, through the angels dealing Yahweh's deal. You know, making His will come to reality. Whatever.
Verse 2. And he said unto me, Up, Ezra, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee.
And
I
notice he sends a messenger. We just got into Yahweh Shai's birth. There was an angel of the Lord sent to them, to the shepherds in the flock, when they were watching their flock. So the Lord always sends a messenger before He does something. So you want the big sign, the big fucking what do they call it? The sign to show you of the times. It's the prophets waking up and coming out here prophesying.
Yep. That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
Verse 3. And I said, Speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place,
Yep.
that it may be deep and great.
Yep.
But put the case, the entrance where narrow and like a river, where who then could go into the sea to look upon it.
Right, and that's a great example of that is right now those 12 kids that were stuck in that cave. The path is narrow, it's dangerous. They've been stuck under there for days now. I think they just rescued like 3 of them or 4 of them.
Oh, they got them all.
Oh, did they finally get them all?
Yeah, they
But
have
there
them
was even a Navy SEAL of their country. I think it was Cambodia or something. I can't remember what country it was. But he died trying to get through there because it's treacherous.
Oh, Thailand.
Thailand, that's right. And it was people think it's real easy, but when you're going through those tight, dark spots, there's water.
Oh yeah, you
There's
can't
currents.
see shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them
You
even
can't
are.
find your way out. That's what happened.
There's those tight spots, there's those wide spots.
The Navy SEAL, bro, 20-something years in the military, he dies in there.
Ain't nobody got business being in caves like that except for
Nah.
except for fucking Edomites.
And that's how this truth is, though. It's a very narrow path, so who's gonna do it?
showing you another thing, order. You can't fit a whole bunch of lead lead individuals in through at one time. You got this guy following, this guy following, that guy following, that guy all the way down to the
Yahushua.
brother in the back.
Yeah. From Yahushua to the least of all the prophets.
Yeah, you got 84 star
Which
generals
Paul
trying to
declared
walk
himself.
through.
You know, Paul said, I'm the least of all the apostles.
Con.
So Yahushua in front, Paul in the back, you got to fall in line between that.
Yep.
And Paul did the most works of all the apostles.
Right?
Con.
It was talking about the narrow way.
And the reason for that was, you know, because he was persecuting the church.
And you know what that is? It's to keep our kingdom safe. Really, that narrow path. You make it difficult so only the certain ones that you allow to know how to get through.
That shows you that in
Oh, yeah.
movie 300.
Yeah, they get in that narrow path to defend themselves.
Because that was the only thing that was stopping the Persian army from advancing, was that narrow path. They were guarding that pathway.
That's why it really ain't barbecues and all that shit, Israelite parties. It's these narrow camps, these camps right here. You know, this is the gate to heaven, really.
You know, this ain't no friendship, bro.
Go ahead.
Con. I'm going to start back up on verse 5. When then, who then could go